Okay, if you're a student or a researcher, you know the pain. I'm talking about the literature review. It's this necessary evil that we all have to go through. But what if it didn't have to be so painful? Today, we're going to break down a modern AI-powered workflow that might just change how you do research forever. I mean, we've all been there, right? You fall into that classic research rabbit hole. One minute, you're totally on track, looking for that one perfect source, and the next, you've got 53 tabs open, you're completely lost, and your actual project is no closer to getting done. It's this universal frustration. And look, this feeling of being completely swamped by information isn't just a small annoyance. The traditional way of doing a literature review is, well, it's kind of broken. It's just not efficient for how we work today, and it wastes the one thing none of us have enough of, time. So let's just put these two side by side. The old way is that manual grind, right? Typing in keywords, hoping for the best, chasing down citations one by one by one. The new way we're talking about today uses AI to give you this incredible advantage. It guides you, it shows you the whole map, and it can even simplify really complex ideas in a snap. It's all about using tech to get your time back so you can focus on the actual ideas. So what's the fix? Well, it's not about working harder. It's about having a system, a structured workflow. By using the right tools in the right order, you can go from that feeling of drowning in papers to being completely in control of your research. And this workflow really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, we're going to use AI to find the answers we need. Second, we'll use it to map out the entire research landscape. And third, we'll use AI to actually understand and pull together what we've found. So let's dive into the tools for each step. All right, step 1. It's all about finding those initial relevant papers. And for that, we're going to turn to a really powerful tool called Elicit. This is where we stop thinking in keywords and we start thinking in actual questions. And this is the key difference right here. A regular search engine, it just looks for the words you typed in. Elicit is different. It's actually looking for answers to your question by reading and understanding a huge library of academic papers. It's a total shift in how you search. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Well, let's take a pretty standard research question. Instead of trying to guess the right keywords like mindfulness and students and memory, you just ask the question directly, like you're talking to a super smart research assistant. And boom, this is where the magic happens. Instead of just a list of links, you get this amazing summary table. You can immediately see the main finding, what kind of study it was, the sample size, all without opening a single PDF. You can tell in seconds which of these papers are actually worth your time. It's a game changer. Okay, so Elicit got us a few golden nuggets, a few really solid papers. But 1 or 2 papers isn't a literature review, right? The big question is, how does this one paper fit into the entire academic conversation? For that, we move to step 2, mapping the field. Honestly, the best way to understand our next tool, Research Rabbit, is with this analogy. It is basically Spotify for academic papers. Seriously, you give it one song, or in this case, one paper, that you really like, and it creates an entire playlist of other stuff you're gonna love. This is the exact problem it's built to solve. That one seed paper you found with Elicit, that's your starting point. You plug that into Research Rabbit, and it visually shows you how that one paper connects to, well, everything else. So instead of you having to manually chase down every single citation, Research Rabbit just builds you a map. It'll show you the classic foundational papers in the field, all the newest stuff that builds on them, and it even shows you these visual clusters that basically scream, hey, there's a big debate happening right here you need to know about. This is hours, maybe even days of work done in seconds. So we've found our papers, we've mapped the field. Now comes the really critical step, actually understanding the dense, complicated stuff inside those papers so we can start writing. And for this, we can turn to an old friend, ChatGPT. Oh man, we have all been here. You're reading a paper, it's going great, and then bam, you hit the methodology section and it looks like this. It's a brick wall of jargon, and you can't really critique a study if you don't understand how they did it. But this is where AI can be your personal translator. You can copy-paste that jargon into ChatGPT and just ask, explain this to me like I'm a first-year student. And suddenly, that complex statistical gobbledygook becomes a clear, simple idea. This isn't about dumbing things down. It's about real comprehension. And here is an absolute pro tip. This is a superpower. For every single paper you decide is important, run it through ChatGPT with this 5-bullet prompt. This forces you to pull out the exact information you need for your literature review. Do this for every paper, and I promise you, when you sit down to write, 80% of your thinking is already done. Now, before we wrap up, we have to talk about something really, really important. This might be the most crucial part of the whole workflow, using these tools ethically and responsibly. This right here is the golden rule. You must never, ever cite something an AI told you. Why? Because these models can hallucinate. That's the technical term. It means they can just make stuff up. Facts, numbers, even fake citations that look real. The AI summary is your guide, not the source. The original paper is always the source. I love this metaphor because it says everything. AI is an unbelievable tool for discovery. It can find the door for you, it can unlock it, it can even tell you what's on the other side. But you, the researcher, you have to be the one to actually walk through it. You have to do the reading, the verifying, and the critical thinking yourself. So let's just recap the whole workflow one last time. It's simple. You use Elicit to find your answers, you use ResearchRabbit to map the academic field, and you use something like ChatGPT to simplify and synthesize your findings. Find, map, and understand. That's the system. And that really brings us to a final big question to think about. With tools this powerful, tools that can speed up discovery and help us understand things more deeply, maybe the biggest risk of AI in research isn't that we'll use it wrong, but that we'll fail to use it at all. It's definitely something to chew on for your next project. Happy researching!